Good morning, everybody. It's Graham once again from Unearthed, and it's an episode of Detecting Talk. We don't seem to have had too many of these Detecting Talk sessions for some time because detecting has taken over. If it's not the Unearthed organised dig, it's me out in the field waffling on and showing you my finds that I make each week. So it's a bit of a welcome return to this particular type of film. Now, there's a lot of things I want to cram into this, so I'm going to have to be careful how we jiggle it around. But first and foremost, it's the Mine Lab event that we're holding here in Cumbria on Saturday, which starts at 10 a.m. At Goose Green. We've been lucky enough to secure the farmer's land and the marquee for the day, so that'll be a fantastic event. There's a lot of you guys coming along. Sadly, there will be no Mine Lab Vanquish machines on display on that particular day, and that's due to being the prototypes are only available at the moment. We haven't got a Mine Lab representative to come along with the Vanquish, so they'll be put back to another event either later in the year or early next year, so watch out for that one. So there'll be no Vanquish on the day. However, this is the agenda, folks. So we're going to do a token hunt. There's been nearly 100 golden tokens buried on the farmer's land, and if you go out there and you're lucky enough to be out on the day with us, you find a token, you bring it back to the marquee, and you trade that token in for some Mine Lab freebies. So that's the token hunt will be a couple of hours in the morning. Then we've got food, a buffet style banquet, if that's the right word, at lunchtime, and then we're going to have an awesome, and I'm going to say this again, awesome raffle. Not only have Mine Lab donated quite a lot of goodies, if that's the right word, accessories and bits and pieces, but not one, but two Mine Lab Equinox 600s up for grabs, folks. You get a free raffle ticket. It's a free raffle to win two Mine Lab Equinox. So hats off to Mine Lab. They've sponsored this event. They've been kind enough to give us the raffle prizes, which is very kind of them. How awesome is that? And there'll be other prizes to win as well on the day, so I'm really looking forward to the raffle. And of course, we'll have one of our guys doing a discussion on how to get the best out of the Equinox machines in the afternoon. So any use people that are turning up for this event on Saturday that uses the Mine Lab Equinox or wants to know a little bit more about them, Dave will be around for an hour or so in the afternoon just talking through how he uses the Equinox and how he gets the best out of it for pasture, plough, a mixture of just about everything. So he can give his honest opinion on helping you guys get the best out of that particular machine, whether it be an Equinox 600 or an Equinox 800. So there we go. That's the agenda for the day. It should be an interesting day by all accounts. We'll be there with the Unearthed. Obviously, it's our event as well as Mine Lab's event. It's a joint venture, and we'll have the trade stall on the day, showcasing, fingers crossed, some new products as well on the day. So keep an eye out for that, folks. So 10 o'clock start, it'll finish probably about 2:30, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and I hope you all have a good experience. Bring your wellies, because I don't know if you can hear that, but that rain's in now, and that rain will probably be with us on and off throughout the week. So if you're going to be detecting on the day for the tokens, bring your wellies, folks, bring them anyway. So that's that over and done with. Now, a lot of you guys would have seen it was the Unearthed dig organised dig on Sunday just gone, which was a great success. However, I have to just mention this. The weather was absolutely horrendous. We've been blessed by good fortune on finds and good weather for the past 3 or 4 years since we've done them. I've never known it rain. I think I remember it rained once in an afternoon, but the sun was probably out more than it actually rained. However, Sunday was a completely different kettle of fish. We arrived there, it was dark clouds, but there was no rain. The moment we all ventured out into the fields to detect, the heavens opened, and everybody, including myself, got an absolute soaking. There wasn't a part or a garment on me that wasn't wet. That's how bad it was. It was absolutely torrential. However, what was interesting, because I never detect on our Unearthed digs. I walk around making sure everybody's doing what they should be doing. There was 1 or 2 people breaking the rules a little bit, so we'll go into that in a minute, but it wasn't that bad. But I walked around making sure everybody was doing what they should be doing and finding things and in the right fields and etc, and doing a bit of filming on the day of the finds coming up. But what inspired me was the rain didn't put them off. They're a hardy bunch, these northerners up here, and the Scots who came down. They didn't care about that rain. It was absolutely torrential. There was one point I could not see the bottom end of the field. Now, I've been on rallies in other areas of the country where slight rain drop on their heads and they're off scurrying back to the cars and home. It rained pretty much solid for about 4 hours. And you know what? The vast majority of that group stuck at it. And they stuck at it and they got the rewards. The fines came up, including an extremely rare coin of King rephrase that, of Prince Henry of Northumbria, minted at Carlisle around about the reign of King Stephenish, or King David, one of the two, 1120s, 1130s I would imagine. And it was an extremely rare cut half, and a desirable one at that. So well done to Brian for finding that. But there was some lovely artefacts found. I mean, Fiona Lowry from Scotland, she found a wonderful Celtic Iron Age toggle and a hammered coin along with that as well at the same time. And there was quite a lot of other hammered coins coming up and artefacts. Crotal bells by David. There was some beautiful small hammered half pennies, farthings, cut halves, Mary groats, you name it. So it was a great success. However, the weather absolutely ruined the experience for me, in so much as I was more worried about the people getting wet and ruining the organised dig, but it didn't put them off. So hats off to you all that attended the organised dig on Sunday. There is more to come. The next dig will be into October time. I've got some tasty land available for us to do in October at some point, probably towards the end, because I've got to squeeze my own detecting in, because my field, my own private permissions are ready to go at, so I can't sacrifice, I can't be in two places at once. I'm juggling all over the place there, so I'm going to make sure my own detecting comes in at some point, because I've not been able to get out for a couple of weeks. So yeah, mid-October folks is the next organised dig from Unearthed, so watch this space. There'll be more information out about that nearer the time. Now, what I did find a little bit disappointing for me was the grass was too long on the fields we wanted to get on in the morning, because this rain and a lot of sunshine in between had bounced the grass back up after the farmer had cut it, and it was just too long for people to search. Now, one or two people do not like searching in long grass, and I can understand that. The ones that persevered got a few bits and pieces. Roman coins, hammered coins came out with the long grass. It was long, but it wasn't that long. You could get your search call down, but it was too long for some people, and I can understand that. So we moved off. So we got into some stubble fields, some arable land, which was interesting. One or two people wandered off into other fields that they shouldn't have done in the morning, so we had to bring them back. So I'm going to have to make sure on the next dig that we all know the boundaries and things. It's probably my fault for not explaining it as much, but I was too frantic about getting people away from the long grass and onto the short stuff. So it was a bit of a manic time on Sunday, but it all worked out well in the end. Believe me, it was a great day. So there you go. Now, one thing I want to bring up, if I can, about detecting in general is this, and I probably haven't touched on this before, but you guys, it'll ring true with some of you guys that are watching it. Now then, how many times have you been out on an organised dig, or you've been out detecting with friends, right? 4 or 5 of you, a group of you, a couple of you, who are, doesn't matter how many, detecting away, get a nice coin, you get a hammered coin, or you get a Roman coin. It's got a bit of crud stuck to it, and there's a bit of mud there stuck to it. As you can imagine, after all them centuries buried in the ground, it's going to get some form of crud formed around that particular coin, depending on what it is. Now, what I'm finding is a lot of people, and this has happened to me, and I'm going to relay this information to you guys, so hopefully it doesn't happen again. I always remember going on a rally in Norfolk with a particular group. I don't bother with them anymore. Not interested in detecting with that particular group anymore. However, at that time, they seemed to get good land, and it was an interesting area. So we went along for the weekend, travelled down from Cumbria, and I was lucky enough in the morning to find a rather nice Roman silver silica coin. And it was tarnished. It actually cleaned up quite nice when I got it home, but it was tarnished. And I made the big mistake of showing it to a group of individuals at the rally, and one of the group organisers got hold of it and rubbed it that hard he actually cracked it. I mean, they're a fragile coin anyway, as you guys know. The silicas are quite a fragile coin because of the mixture of silver and other things that have gone into it. Makes them quite thin and fragile, and this was a really good coin. It was in good condition, but he rubbed it to get detail off it, and he was rubbing it and rubbing it and rubbing it, and just before I said, hey, stop doing that, the coin split in half. right down the middle of crack, and I was absolutely distraught with him. I was more distraught with him doing it, or angry with him than doing it, than I was with the actual coin looking like that afterwards. But how many people do you see grabbing off other people's finds and rubbing them frantically to see any detail? Now, it's not your place, it's not their place to do that. So what I'm going to say here is, from now on, for people, if you want to show people the finds, make sure it's in your own hands. There it is. Don't let them grab it off you and start rubbing it. It's not their coin or artifact to do that with. And one or two people have damaged coins and artifacts beyond all repair and all, whatever the word is I'm looking for. It's not worth the hassle. So from now on, especially on the Unearthed organised digs, by all means give it to me to film. I'll have it in my hand. I'm very gentle with coins and artifacts. I've handled them over the years, many of them over the years. So you're not going to get me rubbing away, but just be careful when you show the people your coins and artifacts that they don't snatch them off you and start rubbing them to try to get detail. I mean, I don't know why they're doing it. They're probably doing it, maybe doing it to help you as an individual and not knowing, but they can do more damage than anything else. So that's one word of warning. We've got to be careful, folks. There's too many people snatching coins and artifacts off people and breaking them and ruining them. I always remember a guy on a club night once taking a hammered coin, looking at someone's hammered coin, dropping it by mistake on the floor clumsily, and it smashed. Actually, it broke in half because it was that fragile. So we've got to be careful. How many of you has that happened to? How many times have you found a coin or artifact and someone's grabbed it off you, could be on a rally, could be anywhere, and started rubbing it? Or even worse, spitting on it. I've had that. I had one guy I showed a coin to and he spat on it to get, you know, to get detail off it. It was mental. So we've got to be careful. It's a crazy, honestly, it's the craziest hobby on earth at times. So many nutters in it. It's unreal. So it'd be interesting to get some feedback off you guys. How many people has that's happened to? It's a no-go. Don't start rubbing people's coins. Don't start handling them rough, rubbing them frantically, or even worse, spitting on them. I mean, it's just madness. Right, folks. So there you go. That's the crack. What's coming up next? There's going to be a film of the event on Saturday, so watch out for that on YouTube, folks. And thanks very much, kindly thanks very much for your input into this channel. There's more and more subscribers, which is really good. It means we're getting the word out there. Just a word of information on the Facebook group, our Unearthed Facebook groups. There'll be a guy that's going to be doing the new draws soon. We're going to be doing some new detector draws, so watch out for that. We've got a new draw master in place, so keep an eye out for that. Richard did a great job in the past, but now that's finished and we're on to a new individual to do it, which is interesting. So watch out for the next Unearthed organised draws. They're going to be coming out pretty soon with the new detectors. And of course, there's a lot of you guys waiting for the Nocta Simplex machines to come out. They must be arriving sometime soon. Nocta did an update on them before they sent them out, which is wise of them to do it rather than doing it when people have got them. So they've almost finished the updates, or finished the updates as far as I know. So they'll be delivered into the UK and with us at Unearthed pretty soon. And of course, everybody's asking about the MyLab Vanquish machines. It looks like they're going to be out probably November, December. There you go, folks. I hope that helps. Great to see you all again. Keep watching, and I hope you are all finding some nice things out in the field. Good luck when you're out next, and thanks for watching. I'll catch up with you soon. Bye for now.